Hey guys, welcome back to the Parkerverse. This week, joining on My Hero Academia home screens is yet another Tomura setup. Following his awakening with a request score of nearly 4,000, I bring you guys the leader of the Paranormal Liberation Front. This is going to be another one in my series on how to customize your home screen like a pro. A series where I show you how you can easily and quickly get these stunning minimalistic setups on your Android phones. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out the previous episodes. And following that format, I'm going to show you how you can take a basic home screen setup and turn it into something like this. But before we get started, if you like this video and want to see more just like this, make sure you like and subscribe to help support the channel. And don't forget to submit your live wallpaper and home screen requests right from within the Epic Live Wallpaper app. Just head to the live section and then click on the request button. And remember to boost your favorite ones using both the heart and the booster buttons here. So here he is, sitting tall, playing the game Tomura Shigaraki. With this home screen, I've kept things super simple, with a red and black theme across the whole setup, including the app icons as well as this customized date and time indicator, which has also been adjusted, sporting the Paranormal Liberation Front banner. This setup will be running Nova Launcher using Kwgt Widgets, and to complete the look, I'll be using the Hex installer for system-wide customization. The link for these and everything else that you're going to need are going to be in the description below. Now, as a quick note, if you want that full screen edge-to-edge look for your home screen setup without those ugly signal bars, then make sure you disable the notification bar within Nova Launcher settings. And to get this comfy icon layout, make sure to head to Nova's home screen settings and change the grid size to 6 across and 12 down. And to really clean up your home screens, I highly recommend you turn off icon labels and decrease your icon size before moving on to the dock customization. Now here, just simply enable it, and then let's head into the dock background section, where we're going to start things off right at the top by first toggling it on, and then for its color, we want to select that preset black option, followed by setting its transparency to 35%. And finally, we want to make sure that we set all 4 cornering options to squarical, with the top 2 being set to 70% and the bottom to 0. Now that we have that out the way, the icon pack that we're using in this setup to give us this red and black look is the Lux Red Pack. Just simply head to Nova's look and feel section and set the pack as your system icons. And before we go any further, make sure you grab this unique wallpaper from my very own custom creation app. Just simply head to the live video section and you'll find it there. And remember, if you have any wallpaper suggestions of your own, make sure to let me know from right within the app itself, and boost the ones that you want to see next. Next up, this awesome Kwgt widget. But before we get into it, we need to make sure that we enable Widget Overlapping. You can find this at the bottom of Nova Launcher's home screen section. Just simply make sure to enable both of these options here. So now that we have that out of the way, let's move on to our Kwgt widget. This custom made Paranormal Liberation Front date and time widget, the base of which from the AX4 UI pack is 029. So let's start by loading in the Kwgt layout to our home screen, and then we want to resize it so it looks something like this. And because it is overlapping our home screen app icons, make sure to long press it and select the option to send it to the back. Now here, within Kwgt, the first thing we're going to do is make sure that anytime we want, we can jump right into the widget settings by simply tapping on it. For this, we want to scroll over to the touch tab option, and using the plus button in the top right of our screens, we want to add in a single click action, which we want to set to custom action, so it now opens up Kwgt. So now that we have that out the way, let's adjust the overall widget size so it better fits our canvas. To do this, we're going to head to the Layer tab. Here, we want to select Scale by using the tick boxes, and then hit the calculator button in the top right of our screens. Now, as we change the scale, we can visually see the change on screen. For my screen size, I went for a scale of 105.4. Next up, let's reposition the widget a bit higher up our screens. For this, from on the item list, let's head into the overlap group item, and using the positioning tab, let's set its Y offset to 0. Now, let's start customizing the text. For this, we simply want to head into the first overlap group here, where you'd find two different text items, one for the red text and another for the white. So starting at the top, let's head into it and adjust its text option, replacing the default good text with paranormal. And while we do this, just make sure not to delete the color code formula that's set around it. Now additionally, while we're here, we also want to make sure that the text stands out a little bit more on our live wallpaper. For this, still within the same text item, we want to head over to the FX tab. And here, we want to change its shadow option from none to outer, followed by adjusting both its direction as well as the distance settings. After which, we want to do the same thing to the second text item here, but this time we want to delete all of the formula within the text option, replacing it with simply the Liberation Front text. And once again, using the FX tab, we want to add an outer shadow, using the same settings as we did in the first text item. Additionally, as a final tweak, we're also going to use the paint tab to change the font color from the default white to black. So now that the main text is sorted, let's make a few minor adjustments to the date and time indicators. For these, we want to head into the second overlap group of the widget, then the stack group item, and then once more. Here, we once again want to use the layer tab to adjust the widget size, this time increasing the date and time indicators ever so slightly. After which, still within the same stack group, we're going to change the text items colors, once again from the default white to black. Just simply head over to each of the text items and apply this using their paint tabs, just like we did for the Liberation Front text earlier. But having said that, as a final note, when it comes to changing the color for the date text item, make sure to first select it using the tick boxes and then hit the globe item in the top right of the screens, unlocking the color wheel option. And wrapping up the setup, we're using Hex Installer. This is going to give you a nice AMOLED friendly black backdrop with the colors of the theme splashed across the whole system, including the notification panel. Just use the color codes that I'm showing on screen. And alternatively, you can get a similar result using the app OneShade. If you like this video and want to see more just like this, make sure you like and subscribe to help support the channel. And if you have any theme suggestions or requests, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. See you next time on Into the Parkerverse.